So, how's it going? This is Amanda. I'm here and I love you. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are in this beautiful world. I'm here today. I want to talk a little bit about Reiki, spiritual healing, and kink and BDSM. So, if you are not familiar, I'll give a little super high level. Kink is anything outside of vanilla practices in the sexual realm. So, sex can be vanilla or kinky. That is the two worlds that we live in. Everything that's vanilla is just what's accepted by mainstream. So that would be just your original sex, missionary position, just typically a penis and vagina, a penis in a butthole, a vagina in a vagina, a vagina in a strap on. The possibilities are endless, but it's still pretty much just vanilla. It's normal. And then we have kink. Kink is also inclusive of BDSM. BDSM meaning bondage, discipline or dominance, masochism, and sadism. But so often people think that these worlds are so far apart. But Reiki is spiritual life force. It is the energy that is moving through us and in us. It is alive. It is moving. It is in service of our highest good and our deepest healing. So when we are in sexy situations, life force does not stop. In fact, it probably gets even more intense, more expansive. So in my world, my Reiki teacher said, let Reiki be your teacher outside of this classroom. And I surely have, because Reiki has now led me to the world of kink and BDSM, creating practices like Reiki bondage and sensual Reiki, and practices that really allow us to go into the world of not vanilla sex, into the world of kink, into the world of deeper desires, in the world of domination or bondage or restriction or sensory play. And lets us just bring a different world to it. So when we bring Reiki into a kinky scene or something like that, what we're doing is we're saying that this is holy. This is life force. This is a divine experience that we are having. And it is a divine experience because I am a human and I am a soul and I am a spirit that is living in this body. And so are you. And when we come together in places of mutual desire and of consent and of respecting adults that are coming into things like this, we can actually create beautiful containers and spaces for us to learn more about ourselves, for us to communicate about our desires, to offer healing to past memories and past experiences that maybe we didn't have as much control or power in, and being able to reclaim that experience through a modern interpretation of it. That maybe we want to reenact parts of our life and reclaim control because we are now in a position where we can make those judgments and do it consensually. So much of our trauma is around people doing things that we did not agree to. We did not consent to this. I did not want to experience this. And so this is reclaiming a lot of who we are. So how do we do this? So with me in my Reiki bondage practice, it is about coming into deep intention, understanding why we are using the tool or the experience of bondage and rope. It is about looking at ourselves. What do we want to experience? What do we want to feel? How do we feel right now in this moment? And how do we want to feel in the future? What is that shift? What is that change? What is that change in our physical state, our emotional state, our psychological state, our spiritual state that's going to move us into this different space? What else can we do? We can do it with just intention, with love. So much around kink is about touch. And so much of Reiki is about touch, it's about energy, it's about using our hands in our life as a vessel, as a channel for this energy to move through. So when we're in a kinky scene, maybe it's an impact scene, we can actually imagine Reiki flowing out of our hands and into that person with every impact. Ah, 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 ah. letting that breath come into a rhythm and pattern, letting that energy flow with every impact. And knowing that there is consciousness and that there's something happening, that this energy is moving through us and in us. And so it's about bringing a deeper reference to the experience of connection with ourselves and with another. Letting ourselves go on this journey of exploring with honesty, with love, with connection at the core. Reiki is a universal life force. It works with everything. You can use Reiki to support your art practice, your healing practice, your meditation practice. You can Reiki your food. You can Reiki every part of your life. Why wouldn't we Reiki and invite this energy into our more intimate spaces, into these kinky scenes, into these places where we can really start to explore, start to go into the stories that we hold in our bodies, start to reframe those stories, start to tell different stories, and start to reclaim part of our power, part of our energy. How do we come back into our seat, back into our body, and say, this is what I truly desire. This is what I truly want. And it is in that place of clarity, of being open, of when we can truly listen to that voice within, that we can start to really look at what our desires are. And then start to advocate for them, start to give voice to them, start to honor them with all the love, all the desire, all the joy that we have in this life. We give voice to it. We come into communion with another person and we say, this is what I desire. This is what I want to feel, what I want to experience. Can you help me to experience that? Can you help me to release a little bit? Can you help me to let go of some of the control I feel that I need to have over every aspect of my life? Can you help me move through these difficult feelings? Can you help me process this emotion? Can you help me? And it is in coming together with another person, you come into this beautiful dance. You bring this energy and this spiritual life force energy that fuels the entire scene, that fuels the entire experience, because we're listening, not just with our bodies and not just with our ears, but we're listening to the energy of the field. We're listening to what this body might need in this moment, how we can be of deeper service, how we can really listen and attune to this body. So whether you are the one that is receiving, maybe you're in a more submissive role, or maybe you just enjoy the sensation of receiving, maybe you're in the dominant role, or you're just in the position of giving, I make no judgment what your identity might be in this thing. So I invite you to, if you are a Reiki practitioner and you are a kinky practitioner, to explore putting these worlds together. To let Reiki be your teacher outside of this space, to actually explore what might happen when we trust this energy a little bit more, when we trust ourselves a little bit more, when we know that we have the language to be able to advocate for ourselves, to give voice to it, to speak our truth, to be exactly where we are in that moment, to be able to use a safe word, to say that's too much. There's so much healing that can happen when we find our voice, when we trust our experience, when we open ourselves to the spiritual life force energy while we are engaging in activities that maybe feel very not so spiritual. But everything we do, every action, every move is an expression of our spiritual selves, of our connection to something that's greater than ourselves, whether that be God, or whether that be your higher self, or whether that be love or community. And we come in and we honor with deep, deep reverence this human, this body, this love, this energy, this connection, what we're able to share and create together, and then we let it be. We pass no judgment on it. We let it be exactly what it is, knowing that all is right and perfect and divine. Yes, that spanking. Yes, that hood you want to wear. Yes, that sensory deprivation. Yes, 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 all of it can all be divine with your intention, with your love, with your heart. You can reclaim those stories, create new stories, offer yourself the healing. If I know anything about humans, it's that we're constantly healing, whether we are healing part of our body, you get a little cut, you get a little scrape, our body is healing. You get a cold, you get sick, your body is healing. You create a new story, you offer yourself compassion, you give yourself voice. Healing is happening. Maybe on an emotional level, a mental level, a spiritual level. But it is our nature to heal. It is in our nature to explore and to play. And when we are adults that can consciously, creatively come into this container of exploration and play together, magic can happen. So much transformation can happen. Holding that space, holding that energy, letting it move, not needing to hold on to it, letting whatever is ready to move to be moved, being able to let go and surrender into that moment. And that's so much about what Kink and BDSM is creating this safe space to surrender, to let go, to trust in the Dom, the top, the person that's offering this service for you, and trust in that. We create a new story in our life around trust, around asking for what we need, and maybe even getting it. So the worlds of Kink and BDSM and Reiki, spiritual healing, absolutely can come together. Absolutely make perfect sense to explore. So if you are in the world of Reiki or you're in the world of Kink and BDSM and you found your way here and you're like, how in the world do these worlds come together? I have this feeling, this inkling, this stirring in my heart to bring these worlds together. Listen to that. Let Reiki be your teacher, be your guide. Because Reiki is pure love, pure God, pure divine energy that is moving in us and through us. And what an honor and a privilege it is to hold this space with another, to create a space for someone to experience, to give voice to their desires, to let go, to experience, to feel, to just be without always having to do, perform, make something happen, that we just get to be in that moment. Surrendering fully, not knowing exactly what's going to happen, but trusting so deeply, so fully, and being open and available for what that ride is. The beautiful thing about Kink and BDSM is you get to plan that ride a little bit. You say, these are the things that are on the table, these are the things that are off the table. This is what I want, this is what I don't want. We've got boundaries, we've got needs, we've got desires, we've got hard yeses, hard nos. But there's a world that we get to explore once we've given voice to it. So I invite you to enjoy your Reiki and Kinky journey. Let me be your guide if it feels good and right to do so, to help you on this journey, whether that is by learning Reiki, learning about Kink, learning about BDSM, learning about rope bondage, and maybe how these worlds come together in ways that we could have never imagined, and the healing that is possible, not just in our sexual realm, but in all facets of our life. Because we know that our sex, our pleasure, our creativity, our relationships affect and influence every part of our lives. When we heal this, who knows what else we might be healing. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm sending so much love to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Enjoy your journey. It is a good one. It is a fun one. Do it safely. Do it with love. Do it with deep respect and reverence for yourself. and for the people you get to play, connect with on this journey. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I love you. Mwah.